Daniel told me he was straight on our third date. We were sitting in his car outside my apartment, and he said it like a confession. Like admitting something that might make me run. I need you to know something, he said. I've only ever been with women. I've only ever been attracted to women. I'm not gay. I'm not bi. I don't know what I am anymore. My name is Matthew Adams, but Daniel knew me as Allison. And he knew from day one that Allison was a man in a dress. We met at a cross-dressing support group 3 months ago. I'd been going for a year, working through my feelings about who I was and what it meant to spend weekends dressed as someone else. Daniel showed up one night as a guest. Said his therapist recommended he come see what it was about. I met someone online, he told the group that first night. Didn't realize they were a cross-dresser until we'd been talking for weeks. When they told me, I thought I'd be disgusted or freaked out. Instead, I was just curious. My therapist said that probably means something about me I need to explore. After the meeting, I introduced myself. Told him I'd been where he was. Confused about what attraction meant when the person you liked didn't fit the boxes you thought you understood. So you're gay? He asked. I don't know what I am. Some days I think I might be trans. Some days I think I'm just a guy who likes dresses. Most days I'm just Matthew trying to figure out who Allison is supposed to be. We started meeting for coffee after group meetings. Daniel would ask questions about cross-dressing and I'd answer honestly. About how it felt. About why I did it. About the difference between being trans and just enjoying feminine presentation. Can I see? He asked one day. Can I see you as Allison? The next week I showed up to coffee dressed. Full makeup. Wig. Daniel stared at me for a long moment when I sat down. You're beautiful, he said. Then immediately looked embarrassed. Sorry. Is it weird for me to say that? No. It's nice actually. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I look at you and I see a man. I know you're Matthew. But I'm also attracted to you. Really attracted. And that doesn't make sense because I'm straight. Maybe straight isn't as simple as we think it is. We kept meeting. Kept talking. The attraction between us grew stronger, even though neither of us knew what to do with it. Daniel was 32 and divorced. Spent 5 years married to a woman before realizing they wanted different things. He'd dated a few women since, but nothing serious. I've never even thought about being with a man, he said. But when I'm with you, I don't think about gender. I just think about how much I like talking to you. How good it feels when you smile. How much I want to kiss you right now. So kiss me. He did. Right there in the coffee shop. It was awkward and sweet and perfect. When we pulled apart, he looked terrified and exhilarated at the same time. What does this make me? He whispered. Human. Complicated. Same as everyone else. We started dating after that. Daniel would pick me up as Allison and we'd go to dinner or movies or just drive around talking for hours. He never asked me to present as Matthew. Never suggested I should dress differently or tone down the makeup. He just loved Allison exactly as she was. But 3 months in, he was still struggling with what it all meant. My friends keep asking if I'm seeing anyone, he said that night in the car. I don't know what to tell them. I don't know how to explain you. You don't have to explain anything. But I want to. I want to tell people about you. About us. I just don't know how to say I'm dating a man who dresses as a woman without everyone assuming I'm gay. Would that be so bad? It's not true though. I'm not gay. I'm not attracted to men. I'm attracted to you. To Allison. To this specific person who happens to be a man sometimes and a woman other times. So tell them that. They won't understand. Then they're not the kind of friends worth keeping. Daniel was quiet for a long moment. My ex-wife Daisy called yesterday. Wanted to catch up. Asked if I was seeing anyone. I told her about you. My heart stopped. What did you say? I said I was dating someone incredible. Someone who made me question everything I thought I knew about myself. Someone who was helping me understand that sexuality isn't about checking boxes. It's about connecting with another person on a level that goes beyond gender. What did she say? She laughed. Said she always knew I was too rigid about labels. Said I needed someone who would shake up my worldview. He smiled. Then she asked if she could meet you. Said anyone who could make me this happy deserved to be acknowledged. Tears were running down my face. You told your ex-wife about us? She's my best friend. Always has been even after the divorce. I needed her to know about the person I'm falling in love with. Those last words hung in the air like electricity. Love. Daniel was falling in love with me. I love you too. I confessed quietly. We sat in that car for another hour talking about the future. About what it would look like. About how to navigate a world that didn't have easy labels for what we were to each other. Somewhere in the middle of that conversation, I told him about a book I'd just started reading, Crossdressing in the Shadows of Marriage. I'd grabbed it on Amazon a week earlier, hoping it might help me understand relationships like ours. I mentioned it only in passing, almost shyly, but Daniel smiled and said, I'm not gay, but I'm also not straight anymore. Or maybe I am still straight, but straight means something different than I thought. Maybe I'm just Daniel and you're just Allison and we're just two people who found something real in a world full of fake. That was 2 years ago. Daniel and I are still together. Still figuring out what our relationship means. His friends know about me. His family knows. Most people are confused at first, but they adjust when they see how happy we are. Daniel still identifies as straight. Still explains that he's attracted to femininity, not masculinity. That Allison presents feminine enough that his brain reads her as a woman, even though he knows the truth underneath. Some people get it. Some people don't. Last month Daniel proposed. Down on one knee with a ring and tears in his eyes. Asked if I would marry him as Matthew or Allison or whoever I wanted to be. Said he was committing to the person, not the presentation. I said yes. We're getting married next spring. It won't be legal in every state, but it's legal where we live and that's enough. Daisy is going to be at the wedding. So are all the friends who've supported us. The ones who understand that love doesn't fit into neat categories. Planning the wedding has been complicated. Daniel wants me to wear whatever makes me happiest. Matthew wants a suit. Allison wants a dress. Some days I don't know which one I'll be when the day comes. We're both. Daniel suggested. Start the ceremony as Matthew in a suit. Change into Allison's dress for the reception. Let everyone see all of you. Last week we were addressing invitations when Daniel got quiet. Can I tell you something I've never told anyone? Of course. The person I met online. The one who made me curious about crossdressers. It wasn't some random person. He looked at me with tears in his eyes. It was you, Matthew. We'd been chatting on a support forum for months before I came to that first meeting. You were giving me advice about accepting myself. About being brave enough to explore what I was feeling. You told me to come to the support group and meet people face to face. I stared at him. You knew who I was? I knew your username was Allison in waiting. I saw your profile photo. When you introduced yourself that first night, I recognized you immediately. Why didn't you say anything? Because I needed to meet you as yourself. Not as words on a screen, but as a real person living the truth I was too scared to face. He smiled through his tears. I told the group I was there because of someone I met online. That was true. But I didn't tell them I'd already fallen for you before we ever met. I just needed to see if the connection was real outside of anonymous conversations. My mind was reeling. So when you asked to see me as Allison, I'd already seen photos you'd posted. Already knew how beautiful you were. I just wanted permission to acknowledge it out loud. This whole time you've been pretending we were strangers? No. This whole time I've been getting to know all of you. The Matthew who writes thoughtful advice to strangers. The Allison who has the courage to exist in public. The person underneath who is both and neither and perfectly complicated. I looked at the man I was going to marry. The supposedly straight man who fell for a crossdresser. Except it was never that simple. He fell for words first. Then a person. Then a presentation. Then the beautiful messy truth of all of it together. I love you, I said. I love you too. All of you. Always have. A straight man fell for me as a crossdresser. But really he fell for me as everything. And I fell for him as someone brave enough to follow his heart into territory he didn't understand. Sometimes love doesn't fit labels. Sometimes it's just two people finding each other exactly when they need to. That's the kind of love worth fighting for. The kind worth living authentically for. The kind that proves there's no such thing as simple when it comes to who we love and why.